Welcome to today's video on health essentials we should never overlook in our daily lives. In the fast-paced world we live in, it's easy to let small but crucial habits slip away. Yet, it's these very habits that play a major role in our overall well-being. In this video, we'll share practical, easy-to-follow tips you should give due attention in your day-to-day lives to help you think clearer, feel better, and live healthier. But before we dive in, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share so this video can reach those who might benefit from the information. Your support also helps us reach more people. Now, let's dive into the tips. 1. Sun exposure and skin protection. Stay safe under the sun. Exposure to sunlight for about 15 to 30 minutes per week, on the one hand, offers great health benefits, including an increase in vitamin D levels in our body, which is essential for healthy bones and many other essential body functions. On the other hand, too much exposure to its ultraviolet rays brings about sunburn and premature aging of skin and is possibly linked as a cause of skin cancer. The application of ointments during exposure to the sun is an important intervention aimed at avoidance. Ointment types like petroleum jelly accelerate the rate of absorption of the sun's heat to cause burning, thus causing probable damage to the skin tissues. Using sunscreen is one way to protect your skin from harmful UV rays. Another effective way of limiting exposure to the sun is wearing protective clothing such as long sleeves, wide-brimmed hats, and UV protective sunglasses. These items serve as a kind of physical barrier between your skin and the sun and thus provide additional protection. Furthermore, it is relevant to seek shade in due time. Normally the sun is strongest between 10 a.m. and 4 p.m., so it would be advisable to try and limit direct exposure during this period by staying either in shaded areas or indoors. According to a study done by the American Academy of Dermatology, just one bad case of sunburn can increase your chances of getting melanoma by 2 times, and this is the main reason for sun protection. 2. Don't ignore puncture wounds and other minor injuries. Why proper care matters. Minor injuries can develop into serious infections if treatment is not sought appropriately. Puncture wounds caused by sharp and dirty objects like rusty nails, plant spines, and broken glasses have great potential for bacterial invasion into the body, which can result in infections like tetanus. First aid in infection prevention involves immediate cleaning of the wound with soap and water. This ensures that the bacteria or other particles that might have gained entry through the wound are removed after cleaning. Disinfection is required to kill the remaining bacteria using an antiseptic. The chances of bacteria gaining entry and causing infection can be further reduced by covering the wound with a sterile bandage. Even with these steps taken, the wound should be examined for signs of infection, including redness, swelling, and pus. If any of these symptoms occur, the individual should seek medical attention immediately, according to the CDC. Even though tetanus is a rare occurrence, it can be fatal, and an individual should know if their tetanus vaccine is current, especially if there is a puncture wound. It is important to understand that a pin-sized puncture with a contaminated object can introduce the tetanus-causing germ into the affected body part. Similarly, understanding crush injury is very important. Tissues are usually compressed in cases of accidents or heavy impact, and the chance of developing gangrene is high. Crush injury can lead to poor circulation in the area of injury, even death of tissue can occur. Absence of sufficient blood circulation will cause the tissue to necrose and may develop gangrene, a condition that can be life-threatening. So crush injury requires immediate medical attention, according to USFS. Generally, untreated crush injuries have the potential to lead to amputation or even a systemic infection. This truly just shows the severity of the injury in such cases when medical attention is required. 3. Break the sitting habit. Move for your health. Most of us in today's digital world have the tendency to sit for a very long period at desks or in front of the screen. Long sitting is the cause of several health effects, such as poor posture, back pain, and an increased risk connected with heart diseases and blood clots. Setting a reminder every 30 minutes in order to get up and move around is another way to counteract such effects. Simply standing can enhance circulation and relieve pressure on your muscles and joints. It is also good to introduce some stretching into your daily routine. Examples may include shoulder rolls, neck stretches, or leg lifts, all exercises that keep your body supple and ensure that no sort of stiffness occurs. Short walking breaks, in particular, can be successful in helping individuals who sit at a desk for long hours. Evidence for this is brought about by a study published in the American Journal of Epidemiology, which estimated that the risk of early death because of sitting for more than 6 hours a day was increased by about 19%. This ascertains the finding of utmost importance to break one's sitting habit. 4. Stay connected for mental health, the importance of social interaction. In the same way that physical health is valued highly, psychological wellness should also not be disregarded. Loneliness, stress, and sadness brought on by social isolation may negatively impact your quality of life. Maintaining relationships with friends and family is crucial for obtaining emotional support. Establishing regular check-ins via phone calls, video chats, or in-person meetings will support the maintenance of social connections and offer a forum for discussing emotions and experiences. Additionally, the chance to become a part of any community, whether it be an online forum, a local club, or a support group, can lessen loneliness and provide a sense of acceptance. These social interactions lift your spirits and provide you with different perspectives on the obstacles. 5. Defend yourselves from harmful fumes. Keep your air clean. Inhaled toxic fumes, whether or not from cooking, charcoal grilling, or other sources of pollution, can eventually lead to serious harm to the lungs and impaired breathing. Ventilating your room is an excellent way to get rid of polluted air in your house. When cooking, opening your windows or using exhaust fans can help disperse smoke, steam, and potentially harmful fumes, reducing the impact on your lungs. Investing in an air purifier is also a good idea, particularly if you live in an area with highly concentrated poor air quality. An air purifier helps provide clean air by removing harmful particles from your environment. The other important thing that one must ensure is kept off in their home is smoking, since secondhand smoke is equally dangerous to others within your house. According to the World Health Organization, over 3.8 million people die every year due to exposure to indoor air pollution. It's, therefore, important to make sure your indoor air is cleaned. 6. Temperature shocks and health risks. Cooling down safely. Sudden temperature changes can place stress on the body, especially after exposure to intense heat. For instance, abruptly washing your hair with cold water after being exposed to a hot environment can cause a sudden constriction of blood vessels in your scalp. This rapid shift from hot to cold creates a shock response in the body, where the blood vessels narrow too quickly, disrupting normal blood flow. While the rest of your body is still warm, this abrupt temperature change can create an imbalance in blood circulation. In extreme cases, this drastic reaction could potentially trigger complications like a stroke, particularly in individuals with pre-existing cardiovascular conditions. It's important to allow the body to cool gradually before exposing it to cold water to avoid unnecessary strain on the circulatory system. It's important to cool down gradually to avoid these risks. Using lukewarm water instead of cold can also reduce the chance of sudden shock, easing the strain on your cardiovascular system. Studies from the American Journal of Physiology show that a rapid drop in body temperature can cause a spike in blood pressure, forcing the heart to work harder. Gradual cooling helps prevent these risks. 7. Acclimatization to temperature changes. The other useful tip is avoiding sudden passage from warmth to cold and vice versa. Such sudden change may impose serious burdens on our body that might lead to muscle pain or respiratory complications, further affecting sensitive nerves, creating disorders such as lip distortion and difficulty moving facial muscles on one side. Wearing appropriate clothes helps our body adjust to a rapid temperature change. You can regulate your body temperature by adjusting your clothing based on the outdoor weather conditions. Whenever possible, stay in the cooler part of your house, a hall or enclosed porch, for example, for some time before going outdoors in cold weather. It has been shown by researchers that such a cold weather condition can exacerbate a respiratory illness like asthma, a good enough reason to acclimate the body to such extreme changes in temperature. This may just be the simple strategy your respiratory health needs to avoid discomforts associated with sudden changes in temperature. 8. Practice good ergonomics. Prevent work-related injury. Spending long hours at the desk with little consideration given to posture brings a lot of complaints in relation to musculoskeletal disorders, especially back pain, neck strain, and repetitive stress injuries. The most appropriate means of avoiding such difficulties is through chair and desk adjustments to proper height. Your feet should be at floor level, while your knees are at exactly 90-degree angles. Additionally, put your computer screen at eye level to avoid straining your neck and shoulders. You can also use a wrist rest while you type to prevent repetitive strain injuries like carpal tunnel syndrome. Another important thing that keeps ergonomics in good shape is taking breaks often. Those few minutes of stretching and adjusting your posture will save you from long-term damage caused by bad posture. According to research done by OSHA, good workplace ergonomics can reduce the incidence of injury by as much as 50%. It therefore becomes a prime factor in maintaining physical and physiological well-being at work. 9. Get hydrated. Water is life. Water is essential for the human organs, and it needs quite a lot of it for better survival. Insufficient water supply may trigger various problems, from simple headaches to lack of concentration and tiredness. It is good to drink 1 glass of water before feeling thirst because thirst means we are already dehydrated. One can prevent dehydration by developing a habit of sipping water during the day. It reminds you to drink more when you tote your water bottle with you. This simple practice also decreases the temptation to resort to sweet drinks that will further dehydrate the body. Also, monitoring how much water you drink ensures that your hydration level is proper. As the Mayo Clinic reminds us, a daily average intake of around 8 8-ounce glasses of water is about what a person needs, though individual needs may vary depending on climate and other factors in physical exertion. Thank you for joining us. If you found this video informative, give it a thumbs up and share it with others who might benefit from the information. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more health-related videos. See you in the next one.